she is, Rangers. Here is Asuna, and she looks absolutely stunning. And I have to say, I think this is possibly my favourite Figma figure for a long time. I just love all the sharp blues and everything about her. So let's have a look. First of all, we notice that she's got elf ears, and her long hair comes all the way down past her torso. Her lovely blue eyes and smile shows kindness, which I really like. And then again, you've got sculpting in the hair. As we look down at her kind of attire, what she's wearing, we can see that it's a lovely shade of different blues, considering of a white, then a grey, then kind of a dark navy royal blue, and then again a lighter blue just down the middle. We also see that she has got kind of something to keep, I think, her bust up, or it could be something to help her fight bad guys. When we look at the side of her, we can see there's some detail just here, which is just like a little star, and again on this side it's more kind of a padding. As we move down the figure, we see that she's got a belt to keep her sword in there, and again that is actually a huge improvement compared to the original one. We move down here, it's a skirt and this kind of like flowing out kind of dress. Along the arms, I love this just detail on the arms, just here with the straps combining together, and then again along just where her cuffs would be, again you have more kind of like costume to the actual figure. Just here you have the kind of outward, I don't know what these are called, but they're on both arms, or both hands should I say. As we see here, we can see that her socks, or kind of tights, have a white band around the top. As we move down towards her boots, we can see there's more detail within the kind of like the symbols, the kind of like, it could be from what the costume, but it stands out quite well. On the boot cuffs, that's what my eyes are drawn to a lot, because it works so well with the dark blue, and then again there's the white. We can see also here there's more blue on the boot cuff, which is really cool. And if you can just see it, just there and there, it's got the kind of lines on where the leather would be. So if you've been moving your feet all the time, or your toes, then bam, there's actually put that in, and I actually really like this. As we look at the back of the figure, we see there's braiding just like on the original Asuna figure. You've got the kind of little ball part and more like kind of scruff of hair that when you move the hair up, it actually moves quite smoothly. You got more kind of hair follicles going off this way, and on the back you can see that there's a hole for the actual stand. Now, because this figure is quite top heavy and it doesn't really stand up, I would recommend putting the stand with her. When we look at the back, they've not left anything out, and they've put the kind of like the detail on the back. So we've got blue here, and then we've got blue running down just where her arms would be, and we can see that it works perfectly with her joints. We can see more here would be a kind of like a ribbon material, which I like the thought of. That would be quite cool, definitely from the anime. I like also that they've sculpted in the kind of where the spine would be, so when you look down here you see there's actually where her spine would be. When we look at the back of the figure, I kind of thought that this would come out her kind of cape, but it doesn't, and I'm very kind of surprised because the original figure had something where you can pull out the cape. So, but the sharpness of the blue really works with the white. Even that's kind of symbol here, and again you've got the blue tip there, and the blue of the outline just runs down smoothly. We can see that there's a lot of kind of like ruffling, as you would do if you were wearing this yourself. This really does stand out. The blue works like amazing. I've got to admit that the blue is absolutely fantastic, and it really brings the figure out and brings it to life. So when looking at the kind of boot cuff at the end, we can see here that there is just a blue, which works really well with the colour scheme. It stands out, it's vibrant, and I do like what they've done with this character. With all the figures, we like to see what it can do, like a stress test. So we can move the legs, these are absolutely fine. I found that this moves quite differently rather than some of the recent figures that we've had. Then the kind of knee bends just like that. So it's a little bit stiff for the first time, but the legs move around. Arms move around perfectly, just like so, and again we can bend it here, here. Looks like she's just pumping iron. Again, pump like that. The head moves around just like so, and again the body too, just like that. And again the hair moves up and down, up and down. Again, I really wish that this kind of like came out a little bit more. That's probably as far as it's going to go. And then again, we got that. Now I didn't notice this before, but we got like kind of frilliness around just underneath the skirt, which is quite cool. So again, move like that. Just like that. As you guys know, every single time a figure comes with a different face, we have a look at it and see if it brings any difference to the character. Take out that one, and add in her kind of like screamy, angry face that she's ready for the attack. Now, straight away, I don't know if you notice, but this actually changes the kind of way that the figure stands, and this is something completely different I've never really seen on any of the other ones. We can see that she's screaming, we can see that they've put the teeth in, and as I just quickly show you, this really changes just the way that the figure is, and I've never really seen this on any of the other ones, even on like the fig arts or anything like this. This is something completely different, and this really brings like a whole new kind of life to the figure, and it's something just, I like this. I think this is absolutely amazing. We've changed the face to the kind of smirky, the kind of cocky look, which shows that she's about to win. She knows she can do this, and this looks absolutely fantastic. Again, this has changed the way that the figure has. So let's have a look at what she looks like. Same sort of stance, we've not changed anything since it. We can see that this has changed the figure again. We can see that she is ready to go forward. She is like saying, come on, I can win this. You know, you have no chance. And I like this. Again, this is something different I've never seen, and it brings a whole new element to posing her, to having her in different stances, what you want, and it will always be different when you change the face. So we've seen that she comes with different faces, and again she comes with two swords, one in a sheath, one out, her wings, her wand, her faces, and her hands. And if we notice on the hands, and I didn't point this out, but you've got rings on them, which I think really looks really cool, and it's actually her wedding ring to Kiriko. Adding wings to Asuna brings out more kind of playability and more posability, as well as kind of like posing it in different ways. I really like the kind of like kind of faded, kind of see-through plastic. I've only seen this on Link, the type of material, as well as maybe the second version of Kiriko. But anyway, I like the way the wings are. The wings you can pose, go up and down, and again, up and down. Now the one thing is how to kind of bring it in is you have to attach it straight to her that way. I kind of don't like that. I wish they could have brought out a clip so it actually stays on there, so you can actually have her posing without the kind of stand. But adding the stand, you know, to bring her, like, to move her up and down, like so she looks like she's flying, is a nice touch. But I would have done it slightly different. With playing around with the figure, I found that you can easily put the sword into the kind of her holder, so the sheath goes into the kind of like this thing, and I was wondering why you'd have that coming off for no reason, and I realised that you can actually take that off when she's got a sword in her hand. So someone previously asked me on the original one how to put it in, so I thought I'd just kind of clear that one up. So you can put it in like that, it kind of adds to it. And one thing I do like is because she's got a ring on her hand, it's a lot easier to figure out which hands go with which now. I'm always quite bad. I always put them on and then it's like, what? Why have I changed that? That doesn't look right. But now I know which hand goes on Asuna, so that's quite cool. And I really like this kind of touch where you can bring it in and she can hold it and she's like, yeah. And I like this peace sign that she has. I kind of really wish that they gave her like a winky face, pretty much like the first one where she's like kind of like smiling. That would be quite cool. So there we go, Rangers. There is Asuna version 2 from Sword Art Online, and I've got to admit I love the color scheme on this figure, and I will say that she's possibly one of my favorite figures so far. The only things that I would have done to kind of make this figure better would be to add a clip onto the wings rather than having it being held in by the kind of stand. I would have made the kind of the feet a little bit bigger so she could actually stand up, and I would have added a few more accessories, such as a winky face to go with her kind of peace sign pose, as well as the kind of spell kind of ring that she actually has within the anime. I think that would have been quite cool. But apart from that, I think she's an amazing figure. I would highly recommend her. She's definitely worth getting. So tell me, Rangers, what do you think about Asuna? Do you like her? Do you not like her? Let me know down below in the comments. Would you add stuff to her? What do you think? Let me know down below. And if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out Yada Games and all that lovely goodness. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.